I gave it feedback, it reworked the whole flow. I did not manage each step, it handled the flow. That is the real shift from AI as a tool you type at. What if the most powerful AI on the planet has not even come out yet? What if Google is literally holding it back right now? And what if the version they already shipped, the free one, is already beating last year's best? That is exactly what is happening. And most people have no idea. Hey, I'm the digital avatar of Julian Goldie, and I help people learn how to actually use AI tools to do real work faster and smarter. Today, we are talking about Gemini 3.5 Pro, the model the whole tech world is waiting on. And by the end of this, you are going to understand exactly what it does, why it matters, and what you should be doing right now before it even drops publicly. Stay with me, because there is a piece of this story that almost nobody is talking about. So here is what happened. On May 19th, 2026, Google held their big annual event called Google I/O. The entire tech world showed up expecting Google to drop their most powerful AI ever. And Google walked on stage and said, "Give us until next month." The room groaned. You could literally hear it. But here is why that moment is the most interesting part of the whole story. Google did not hold back a bad AI. They held back their best one. And the same day, they shipped the smaller, faster version, Gemini 3.5 Flash. That is the one that is live right now, free in the Gemini app and already running as the default model in Google's AI mode in search globally. And here is where it gets wild. Gemini 3.5 Flash, the lighter version, the one they just threw in for free, is already outperforming last year's top Gemini model on coding and agentic benchmarks. On Terminal Bench 2.1, it is scoring 76.2%. On MCP Atlas, 83.6%. It is 4 times faster than comparable frontier models at the same capability level. If the fast version is already doing that, what does the full Pro version do? That is the question the entire AI world is asking right now, and it is the right question. Let me break down what makes Gemini 3.5 Pro different, starting with the one that stopped me in my tracks: memory, specifically the context window. Gemini 3.5 Pro is targeting a 2 million token context window. That is double what the Flash version holds. It is the largest announced context window of any frontier model right now. And to put that in terms that actually mean something, 2 million tokens is roughly 1.5 million words. Think 5 to 8 full books loaded into the AI at once. It does not forget. It does not miss things from the beginning. It holds all of it. For knowledge work, that changes the whole equation. I use this to go through an entire year's worth of member posts, questions, and community discussions from inside the AI Profit Boardroom. I loaded it all in at once and asked the model to identify the patterns. What topics were generating the most engagement inside the AI Profit Boardroom? What questions kept coming up, where the gaps were? That used to take a person days of manual reading and tagging. What I got back was a structured breakdown I could act on the same day. And then I used those patterns to build a new content series for the AI Profit Boardroom, built around what members actually need right now, not what I guess they needed. That is the difference between content that lands and content that misses. The 2M token window made that kind of analysis possible in one session. Now, the second big feature, reasoning. Google calls it deep think. Most AI tools generate an answer almost instantly. Deep think does the opposite. It slows down. It checks its own logic. It works through a problem step by step before it gives you anything back. Here is why that matters in practice. A fast answer and a right answer are not the same thing. For hard, multi-step problems, the kind where one wrong assumption breaks the whole thing, you want right, not fast. It's deep think to build out a complete 30-day initiative plan for the AI Profit Boardroom. I gave it the goals, the current onboarding flow, the topics the community was asking about, and the outcomes I was working toward. It reasoned through all of it. It sequenced the steps. It flagged the gaps. It handed back something I could actually run. That is not a chatbot handing me a quick list. That is something closer to a real strategy session. And it took minutes, not days. One thing to know, Deep Think is gated to the Ultra subscription tier, so it is not going to be accessible to everyone. But for the use cases where depth matters more than speed, it is a meaningful capability jump over anything in the previous generation. The third piece is the one that I think changes the whole game, and most people are still catching up to it. Agents. An agent is not a chatbot. A chatbot answers your question. An agent does the work. It takes multiple steps, uses tools, runs a task from start to finish while you go do something else. Google's own demos at I/O showed Gemini 3.5 Flash reading the AlphaGo research paper and then building a working version of the game from scratch. No step-by-step prompting, just the paper and then the game. I ran an agent workflow to build out a full content sequence for the AI Profit Boardroom, designed to pull in the right audience around a specific topic. I gave it the audience profile, the problem angle, and the end goal. The agent planned the pieces, drafted the hooks, and laid out the sequencing. When I gave it feedback, it reworked the whole flow. I did not manage each step, it handled the flow. That is the real shift from AI as a tool you type at to AI as a system that does work while you focus elsewhere. Now, here is the bigger picture that I think a lot of people are missing. Google's real advantage here is not just how smart Gemini 3.5 Pro is, it is where it lives. Think about what Google already owns: Search, Gmail, Google Docs, Google Drive, Android. Enormous numbers of people use this stack every single day without thinking about it. They do not open a separate AI app, they do not log in somewhere new, they just use Google. Gemini 3.5 Flash is already built into AI mode in search globally. It is already powering Gemini Spark. Google's new always-on AI agent that runs in your Google workspace, takes action for you, and works in the background under your direction. This is not coming, it is already there. When Gemini 3.5 Pro drops publicly, it does not need a campaign to get distribution. It already has an enormous existing user base in the ecosystem. Google flips the switch and it is in your search bar, your inbox, your docs. That is a fundamentally different launch position than any standalone AI product on the market. Now, here is the part I want to be honest with you about, because getting this right matters more to me than hyping something up. As of right now, Gemini 3.5 Pro is not publicly available. Google announced it at I/O on May 19th and shipped Gemini 3.5 Flash that same day. Pro went into a limited enterprise preview on Google's Vertex platform for a small number of selected organizations. The public release is still pending as we sit here in late June. Sundar Pichai's exact words on stage were, "Give us until next month." That meant June. Nobody outside Google knows the specific day. Prediction markets are putting the odds of it landing before the end of June at roughly 50 to 55%. It might come any day. It could slip slightly. Be cautious of anyone giving you a specific launch date. They are guessing. What is confirmed is this: a 2 million token context window. Deep think reasoning, full multimodal capability across text, image, audio, and video. Those features are official. The timing is just not pinned down yet. And here is the practical takeaway. The smart move is not to wait. Gemini 3.5 Flash is live right now, and it is genuinely capable. It is already outperforming the previous generation Pro model on most building and coding tasks. Get fluent on it now, so that when Pro drops, you are not starting from zero. The people who understand how to use this generation of tools are already moving faster. That gap keeps growing. You want to be on the right side of it. And this is exactly what we cover inside the AI Profit Boardroom. Not the hype, the actual implementation. We have already been walking through Gemini 3.5 Flash workflows in live sessions, breaking down what each capability actually means for real work, and answering questions about specific setups on our coaching calls. When Gemini 3.5 Pro lands publicly, we are going to be inside it immediately, walkthroughs, prompt frameworks, and a full breakdown of where it changes what is possible. You can also get the full Agent OS zip file inside the AI Profit Boardroom, ready to install. And we have built out a complete 30-day roadmap packed with use cases, so you know exactly what to do from day one. If you want to be ahead of this rather than catching up, come join us. The link is in the description and comments. So what do you actually watch for when Gemini 3.5 Pro goes live? First, the model card. Google will release official benchmark numbers at general availability. That is when independent testers can verify the performance for themselves. Until then, you are reading Google's announced targets, not confirmed results. Hold them with appropriate skepticism. Second, which features land on which tier. The 2M token context window is expected to be available on the paid Pro plan. Deep Think is currently positioned as Ultra tier only. Read the tier details carefully before you plan your setup around a specific capability. Third, the 2 million token context window in practice. That is where the genuinely new use cases open up. Loading a full code base, a complete research archive, or months of data into one session is a different category of capability. That is the part worth building around when it becomes available. This is one of the most anticipated model launches of the year. You now know what is confirmed, what is still speculative, and what to actually do with it. If you want the full process, the step-by-step guides, and over 100 AI use cases like the ones I walked you through today, join the AI Success Lab. Links are in the comments and description. You will get all the notes from this video, plus access to our community of 75,000 members who are all pushing forward with AI. You can also get the full Agent OS zip file ready to install, and we have built out a complete 30-day roadmap with use cases so you hit the ground running from day one. And if you want to go deeper on tools like Gemini 3.5, not just understanding them, but actually running them, that is what the AI Profit Boardroom is built for. We do live coaching calls so you can bring your actual workflow and get real-time help. We run hands-on walkthroughs on the tools that matter right now. You can get the full Agent OS zip file inside the AI Profit Boardroom, ready to install, and we have built out a complete 30-day roadmap with use cases, so you always know exactly what to work on next. The moment Gemini 3.5 Pro becomes publicly available, we will be inside it immediately, breaking down exactly how to apply it, so you are not figuring